Hello everyone, and thanks for joining us for the second part of planning our trip to the zoo. Today, we're going to take another step in making this plan. As of now, you should know what time you're leaving your house so that you can get to the zoo at the time that it opens. So now that we're at the zoo, we've got to think about getting into the zoo. And probably one of the first things that needs to happen is you're going to buy tickets to get into the zoo. So as you're researching your website, maybe you'll find a section that actually says tickets and you can click on that, or maybe there's a section that says something like plan your visit. You might find ticket prices in that section. But it's important that we get into the zoo, so we're going to have to pay for admission. We have to pay for our ticket to get into the zoo. You're going to want to continue exploring that website a little bit to figure out prices for certain parts of your day, because you might need to think about food. If you're there for a lunchtime or a dinner time, that's something you definitely want to think about. What is the price of food that you'll need to plan for? Now, you might not find food prices on the website that you're visiting for your zoo or your aquarium. This might be a place where you estimate an amount of money that you would need. You want to determine an amount of money that would make sure that you're going to have enough. So you might say, well, I'll just take $5 for food, but you've really got to think about making sure that you have enough. Would $5 really be enough, or should you take $10 just to make sure you have enough? And maybe you'll check in with an adult, with a parent or a relative who maybe has traveled to the zoo or gone to places like that. They may be able to help you with an estimate for some of those food prices. But as you explore that website, I also encourage you to look and find, are there any special programs? They might be in the zoo or the aquarium, but they actually cost extra money. If you are excited about attending one of those programs, you're going to have to plan for that amount of money. So look for a few of those things as you explore this website. Now, the final thing to think about is, what is the total cost going to be? Meaning not just for you to get into the zoo, to buy some food and maybe go to a special program or two, but chances are you want to plan this trip with friends or family. So that's up to you. You might take 2 people or 3 or 4, or maybe you really want to make it a big trip and you're going to invite family and friends and you'll have 5 or more people. That's up to you. But what we want to consider at the end of all of this is, what is the total cost for the zoo trip for you and anyone going with you? So you have to calculate the total amount for the number of people that will be going on this trip, not just for you. So again, think about ticket prices, think about food purchases, think about any special programs that you might want to enjoy while you're there, and think about what this will cost for every person going. And if you want to get really detailed, you might even look at those ticket prices really carefully, and maybe for some of the other programs, depending on the age of some of the people you're traveling with, the price might be different. Sometimes there are discounted prices for tickets for those who are a little bit older and for those who are really, really young. So look at prices and information carefully. You want to do your research well so you can have a really good plan, so you don't get there and realize, oh my goodness, we don't have enough money to get in and do the things that we want to do. So you're going to do some calculations with money today. Think about ticket prices, food prices. That might be an estimate. Keep that in mind. And look for any special programs that might be at the zoo or the aquarium but would cost extra. And all of the prices we're looking at, we're just thinking about when we're actually at the zoo. We're not worrying about travel expenses right now, just at the zoo. So what is the total cost for this zoo trip? Not just for you, but for anyone you're planning to travel with. So I hope you have some fun finding out some of the experiences that you can enjoy. Be careful with your calculations, and hopefully you'll have a plan for how much this zoo trip is going to cost. We will see you soon.